Okay, everyone. Places. Places.
The Dark Cut.
Hello, viewers, listeners, fans of The Cut Up and The Dark Hours. I'm The Cutter.
And this is Gray.
And once again, we're here presenting you with The Dark Cut.
Today we are focusing on Guillermo Del Toro's, second producing feature. I'm not sure.
What was his first?
The Orphanage.
Ah, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, The Orphanage was pretty cool.
I still haven't seen it.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's streaming on Netflix. I just haven't really had the desire to see it.
You should watch it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You recommend it, huh?
Yeah.
I've enjoyed his...
I mean, it's not the most amazing movie, but it's entertaining. It's good.
I guess that's the thing. I just really haven't... it's okay. It's Clash of the Titans. I could see it, but then I could...
I realize we still haven't announced the title.
Oh. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
Don't be afraid of the dark.
That's what we are watching.
Gray, they don't like you.
Now, we did watch another movie, though.
Yes, we did.
Before we get into that 2-minute warning, what did you think of Hobo with a Shotgun?
Awesome.
Oh my God, was it awesome?
It's the best grindhouse movie, like contemporary grindhouse movie I've ever seen.
It's a better
within the
trauma
past 10
film
years. It was
than-
better than the grindhouse films that Tarantino and Rodriguez did.
And it's almost better than some of the trauma films that I've seen.
Oh, definitely.
It was really good.
It's like a trauma film, but better shot and sort of on steroids in some areas. It was pretty crazy.
How did they get Rutger Hauer to do this movie?
Don't know.
I mean, by the way, so I was talking with somebody the other day, and they're like, somebody younger, and they're like, "Oh, I saw The Hitcher. It's great. It's really great." I'm like, "Yeah. I love the scene where they tear the person apart by the trucks." I'm like, "Oh yeah, the girl. It was so bad." And she's a girl. It's a guy, and I was like, "Oh my God, you're talking about the remake."
Talking about the fucking remake,
which I've never seen.
You motherfucker.
I was like, "Oh, don't."
The original's great though.
Yes.
Of The Hitcher. Wow.
So I've never seen the original or the remake. Have you?
Yeah.
It's got a death curse.
Oh, there it goes.
We'll have to save that conversation for another time. Now it's time to talk about Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
So why don't you summarize the plot for us?
Well, in Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, we have a young couple who have... You might think they moved into the house, but they haven't. They've actually just bought the house and they're restoring it with plans to be on the cover of some architecture magazine. The father of the house, his daughter comes to live with them from L.A., and, she's kind of the angry, brooding, full of angst little girl who's, I don't need to be away from L.A. That's where all the fun is, me. And when she shows up, she starts noticing that some weird shit is going down in this house. Lots of voices coming through, and somehow they know her name as well. Yes. Sally.
So this is a remake of a movie that was made, over 30 years ago. Now, you've seen this.
Mid-70s.
And reviewed it.
Yeah.
It's
a cut-up.
Yes, it's a cut-up. How does this compare?
Oh, man. It's like two different planes. You have a made-for-TV movie that's pretty cheesy and probably scared a lot of kids back then. But if you watch it now, you're like, all the little goblins that are featured in the movie look like the members of GWAR just like running around, pint size. And the whispering was pretty much the same, though. Yeah. That's one thing I will say about it. So the newer movie being ultra serious and CG filled, that's the big difference.
Yeah, really big difference. So for the plot, or for the characters, and the cast, we have Guy Pearce, who you'll know from L.A. Confidential, a lot of other movies.
He's a beautiful man.
Oh, Memento. Yeah, he's an Australian actor, really broke onto the scene a couple of years ago. We have Katie Holmes, who hasn't gotten any better.
No.
Still pretty bad.
I was watching her like, okay.
She still sucks.
Yep.
I mean, oh yeah.
Wow.
Then the little girl who I can't remember where I've seen her from.
Is she from something?
She's from something. I don't have. We didn't look it up, but she's got this frowny face the entire movie.
Oh, the entire movie. Yeah. She's just pissed.
That's
Give me my Adderall. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like that's all I could think about when I looked at her.
So, what did you think? Did you like this movie or not?
Overall, I was probably 50 to 60% okay with this movie.
Yeah, I didn't like it that much.
I was 50-50.
Yeah, I didn't like it much at all.
You didn't like it at all.
I thought they were trying too hard the entire time. I mean, when you said ultra dead serious, you weren't kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, they were trying hard to
Nothing
make this
is played for laughs.
At all. I mean, which, that's fine. I can do serious horror movies.
Sure.
It just felt like they were trying too hard.
Now, when you have tiny terrors in a movie, it kind of goes without saying that things kind of need things kind of need to be a little goofy, right? I mean, you look at Gremlins, Munchies, you know.
I just think that I don't know how it would have played otherwise, but I felt like we just saw too much of the creatures, and they were. The more you saw of them, the less impact and less power they had.
Oh, definitely.
And for anybody who has seen an old 80s movie called The Gate, I just thought they were ripped right from that movie. Now, you said they were pretty similar. Are they similar to the ones in the original?
No, I would say like size-wise, yeah. But when you made the Gate reference, I was kind of like, yeah, I could see that. Maybe a little hairier, a little more like old manish.
Was creepy.
Yeah.
You know, and they were creepy in The Gate. And they were creepy the first couple times I saw them in this movie, and then eventually I was like, yeah, these aren't really that scary.
They were really creepy like within the first 45 minutes, and then they just started showing up on screen. Like I expected them to do like a top hat dance in a second.
They really were.
Yeah.
And they were annoying to hear. And
see, I was okay with the voices. I like the voices.
Well, when they screeched.
The screeching.
The screeching was awful.
Now, I'm not sure if we can blame this on the movie. I brought this up as well, saying like maybe the new Imagine theaters that are opening up here in Michigan, pretty nice theater. But the sound, man, that was so loud.
Yeah.
Every time the creatures would screech, we were just like, ugh.
And I mean, also it extends to things like the score is just really over the top, I thought. In some scenes, it's just...
Well, it's like they took an Alfred Hitchcock score and just threw it over like this weird movie.
I mean, if they took out the score, the scene just wouldn't work at all.
Yeah.
Or it wouldn't... It's just weird. And how about the caretaker in the movie?
Oh, right.
Oh,
Mr. Harris.
Mr. Harris. Or...
I can't remember anybody else's name except for the little girl and him. That's it.
Yeah. I just did not... Like, this character just was like, don't go in there. I'm not really going to tell you anything.
No. Yeah, he doesn't say don't go in there.
Yeah.
He just says, this isn't a place for children.
This
isn't a place for children.
Yes. He's that mysterious character, that plot device that all these movies need.
The whole fucking time that they break into this basement. By the way, they stumble upon the basement. This is more of the plot.
Yeah.
The little girl finds a window and shows off that there's a basement to this place. And they're like, I didn't know there was a basement. Mm-hmm. So they find the basement. They find the whole hollow wall that leads down to it. And the whole time, Mr. Harris is just kind of like looking apprehensive. Like he doesn't say a damn word about what's going on. Like, oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Yeah.
He's just like, it's not safe for children. That's all he says.
See, and I just feel like he didn't need to be in the movie at all. I mean, there was no reason.
Kind of a waste, really.
It's a waste. He doesn't do anything other than point them to some much needed information, which they could have found by themselves.
Yeah, because who doesn't go to a fucking library to find stuff in a horror movie, right?
Yeah, I know.
Show me the microfiche.
We go back to the library. Oh, now I will say though, the first scene in this movie was awesome. I loved the first scene.
It's a good scene.
Yeah, it's a period piece scene that sets up the...
Oh, Carol Ann is letting us know we got about 2 minutes. So can we sum this up in 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Or do we need to take more time?
No, I think it's an okay movie. It's nothing special. The trailer was 10 times more promising than the movie.
Definitely.
I just didn't like it.
Yeah, Tiny Terrors movies, they need to be a little bit more goofy. This thing took itself way too seriously.
Or not as over the top.
Yeah, not as over the top with being serious. You got to see those characters
a lot.
Yeah.
The little creatures you got to see too much, I think.
Way too much.
Good finale to the movie.
Yeah, I would agree.
But
unexpected.
Everything in between was just... I don't know. Overwrought, I think is a good word for it.
Definitely. The other thing I want to point out, too, and this is a little different, a little off topic, but now I understand why black people like horror movies so much, because they get to watch stupid white people do things that we do that no one else would do. Who the fuck is renovating an old house?
Yeah.
You know, and then obviously the dad not believing the women, you know, that's a whole other thing, too. He's like, well, how do the women always know what's going on, but the guy's always like, I'm a man, I know what's going on. Like, you're crazy, you're out of your... Like, all these things, and the library thing, like the cliches, they don't end, they pile up.
Yeah,
that's another thing that sucks about this movie.
A lot of stupidity.
Oh, I'm out of breath.
Yeah, I just didn't think it was that good. And there have been some people that really liked this movie. I just thought it was, I've seen it before.
It's okay.
I've seen it done before better.
50-50.
Yeah.
That's where I'm leaving it. And we still got time. What do you want to talk about? What you doing today?
Hey, let's see what time it is. How about the Mets?
How about those Mets?
Yeah, I don't know. Just forgettable.
Yeah. Now this is awkward.
Yeah. Well, Guillermo Del Toro, please direct another movie.
Yeah, direct. Stop producing this crap.
I know.
The
Jeez.
Orphanage not as bad, but this.
Go see Bum Without a Shotgun, or Bum with a Shotgun or something.
Hobo with a
Hobo
Shotgun.
with a
Yeah,
Shotgun.
watch
Hey,
that.
I'll swallow your soul. I'll swallow your soul. I'll swallow your soul.
Swallow this.
And that's gonna do it for us.
Yeah, don't be afraid of the dark. Swing and a miss.
If anything, I would say be afraid of this movie.
Yeah.
So anyway, you can come check out The Cutter at thecutup.net. Email me at thecutup@gmail.com and
The Dark
twitter.com/thecut. Cutting me off
Hey,
already? I'm supposed to cut you off.
Yeah, there you go.
Twitter.com/thecutup. What about you, Gray?
Now I'm on Twitter at The Dark Hours. You can find me at Facebook at Gray The Dark Hours. You can get in contact with me at thedarkhours@mail.com. And finally, leave a voicemail at
God.
362 866-362-5588.
Didn't we used to have a jingle for that?
We did used to.
Yeah, we're gonna have to dig that up.
There you go.
Anyway, everybody, see you later.
Bye-bye.